I want to talk about creativity. Like most artists, I've had my fair share of ups and downs. Times when I can just write and write, and others where I just stare at a blank page or screen for days or weeks or months. And like all artists, I've wondered where creativity comes from. I have this guitar player friend that doesn't cut the extra string off the tuners of his guitar because he considers them antenna for ideas. And he calls them riff catchers. His view is that ideas are in the ether and that we just need to tune in and pluck them from the air. And who knows, it could be true, but I have a different idea. I believe creativity is inside us, waiting to be discovered and unlocked. And I don't feel like I'm alone in this thinking. There's a quote from Kurt Vonnegut that says, "You cannot teach a person anything. You can only help them find it within themselves." I love this idea, to think that creativity is within us and we just need to tap into it. Over the course of 30 plus years of writing, scoring, producing, and teaching music and songwriting, I've collected a variety of strategies that have helped me tap into my own creativity, and I want to share them with you. So here are 10 tips to help you get and stay creative. Number 1, get uncomfortable. Creativity thrives outside of your comfort zone. Pay attention to your musical habits, your go-to patterns, and break them. For example, I tend to gravitate to ascending bass lines and familiar chord progressions. So to challenge myself, I'll deliberately choose a bass note or chord that I typically avoid, or I'll switch to a completely different instrument that I don't know how to play. There's a great quote from David Bowie that says, "If you feel safe in the area you're working in, you're not working in the right area." We should be pushing ourselves into the deep end. Number 2 is commit early. The writing and recording process can feel endless if you keep second guessing every decision. With so much technology available to us, we keep tweaking and revising and not finishing. There's a great interview with Annie Clark from St. Vincent talking about committing. If you commit audio and say, "This is the balance of these drums," and print it, then you're building a song that is based on a sound that is actually really, truly decided upon. Be bold, commit to a sound, and then you're really building a house on rock. This philosophy isn't just about efficiency, it's about intention. Bold choices lead to cohesive, authentic music. As a side note, if you're not familiar with Brian Eno's oblique strategies, which are prompts that encourage fearless decision-making, you should definitely check them out. I keep the deck on my monitors and don't hesitate to pull them out if I feel stuck. Number 3 is rest. Burnout is the enemy of creativity. The book Rest by Alex Sujong Kim Pang delves into how stepping away from your work, whether it's through breaks, outdoor walks, or downtime, can actually boost problem solving and creativity. The book outlines the daily routines of history's greatest thinkers, scientists, and artists, and reveals a common thread. They didn't just work hard, they knew when to stop and recharge. Think of rest as a tool, not a luxury. The next time you hit a wall, take a break. Your brain keeps working on the problem while you're resting, leading to those aha moments when you least expect them. Number 4 is collaborate. Collaboration has been a game changer for me. A good writing partner pushes you to step out of your comfort zone and challenges you to try new things. And when one of you gets stuck, the other one can jump in and keep things moving. Collaboration also adds fresh perspectives that you might not come up with on your own. If you don't already have a creative partner, consider reaching out to someone whose work inspires you. Number 5, the fresh ears effect. Have you ever noticed how playing a rough mix for someone else makes you hear it differently?
The bass is too loud, the vocals are pitchy, and the bridge goes on for way too long.
That's the fresh ears effect, and it's a real thing. Just by letting someone else listen to your work, you gain a new perspective. You start noticing what's working and what's not without them even saying a word. Including others, even passively, can inspire adjustments that can push your work into new creative directions. Number 6, set boundaries. Limitations can fuel creativity. We have too many options available to us, which makes it easy to fall into decision paralysis. Setting boundaries, like limiting yourself to 8 tracks, setting a deadline for completion, or a predetermined list of instruments, forces you to focus and make decisions. There are so many amazing stories of records being made with 4 tracks or some minimal setup. Check out Bruce Springsteen's Nebraska as just one example. Sometimes less really is more. However, rules are just there to guide you, so if breaking one feels right, trust your gut. Number 7, visual inspiration. Find a photo, painting, or video that speaks to you and create a soundtrack for it. Let the subject, color, and emotion of the imagery guide you. Think of it like a score and ask yourself, what does this scene sound like? To push yourself further, maybe choose an image that pulls you out of your comfort zone. For example, if you typically write upbeat music, try an image that's moody or dark. This practice helps you build stronger skills for expressing yourself and can even lead to opportunities like film scoring or writing music for ads. Number 8, prep versus production. Mixing pre-production and production can be overwhelming. Instead, split your process into 2 distinct phases. For producers, pre-production might involve organizing samples or collecting loops. For songwriters, it might mean writing lyrics or coming up with song titles. I really love having a list of song titles ready to go. It helps kickstart the writing process. There's not a whole lot of inspiration when you're working on song 12. By separating the planning phase from the execution phase, you can fully focus on one thing at a time. This reduces stress and boosts creativity. Number 9, song structure. Sometimes you just need a framework to get started. Pick a song that you love and chart its structure. Intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, etc. Write down to the bars in each section. Then use that as a map to build your own song. You're not copying the music, you're just using the structure as a guide to spark your ideas. But the outline is already there for you to fill in, like a coloring book. Number 10 is beginner's mind. Zen Buddhism's beginner's mind encourages us to approach our work with the openness and curiosity of doing something for the first time. Forget what you know and focus on enjoying the exploration. I love writing single melodies or bass notes like this, just one note at a time. One note
At a time.
Don't overthink it, just let it flow. Don't analyze it, just pick whatever note sounds good next. By starting with something simple, you create a foundation that can grow naturally into something more elaborate. Some final thoughts. Creativity is mysterious, whether it's in the ether like my friends riff catchers, or it's already inside us waiting to be unlocked. Either way, it's up to us to nurture it. By challenging ourselves, stepping out of our comfort zones, and finding ways to stay inspired, we can tap into that creative well and keep it flowing. The process isn't always easy, but that's what makes it so rewarding. So get out into the deep waters, embrace the unexpected, and keep creating.